Support your followers that support you. My days in the off-road rally world. The reason that this is happening today is I have somebody that's been following me and watches my videos that actually responded a couple weeks back asking if I'd talk, or maybe it was a week ago, I lose track of time, if I'd talk about my days in the off-road rally world. I got introduced to rallying because of my brother-in-law, Dave, brother from another mother. So him and I got involved in the rally industry by first starting to help out off-road ralliers in the mountains in and around Jasper area. So we got involved in about 1988 in rallying, and we started supporting, and we went out and we helped out at Marshall. We helped out in timing. We helped out different rallyists with their vehicles, whatever we needed to do, because my brother-in-law started my passion for off-road rallying. He already had it, and he dragged me along like the little brother he treated me as my whole life since the day I met him. And I got involved in rallying with him, like I said, about 1988. In 1989, we did our first rally in a little shitbox car, the cheapest we could actually get it to be for rallying. And we went out, and there was 13 cars, and we finished in 10th. And the 10th spot, you may think, well, at least you came in 10. There was 13 cars. A few other cars did not finish or DNF'd. So, we were excited that we actually finished the rally, and that led to us rallying together and being in the rallying community, rallying and having a lot of fun, taking on a lot of danger, obviously, because any of you that understand off-road rallying understand that it is a very dangerous two-man racing sport. It's one of the only racing circumstances where you have a driver and you have a co-driver is in rallying. There may be other circumstances where it happens, but that's the main number one racing sport out there, where you have a driver and you have a co-driver. My brother-in-law was the foot that called me the brain, because I was the person running the clock, looking at the rally book that laid out where everything was located, from the chicanes to decreasing radius turns to single, double, triple exposures, meaning danger. And we'd rallied in the mountains for many, many years in BC and Alberta. We ended up, either participating or we ended up rallying. And unfortunately, I won't get into all the details today, but unfortunately, in 1999, we were third in regional in Group 2, and we were at the last rally. I believe it was the last rally of the year. We were third in points, and we were doing very well. And we had, I forget where we had to place, but we would have actually come in third overall in Group 2 for Canada, I believe it was. Again, it could have been just the regional. I can't remember. It's been a few years ago. But we got into an, accident, unfortunately. Went off the side, hit a tree, basically hit it around, let's say 60 miles an hour. I can't remember the details. I have posted pictures of the car in the past, in the last few weeks, last few months, somewhere around there. Anybody that's seen the picture knows that the crash that we were involved in was pretty serious. But that didn't take away from the fact, though, I could have used it as a reason to dislike rallying or just felt sorry for myself. But I had 12 years of rallying, of flying by the seat of my pants around corners, brother-in-law driving, me co-driving, giving him instructions, telling him what we needed to do to speed up, to slow down. And we were a great team. We did very well for ourselves. The accident, unfortunately, because I already had some health issues with my back, pretty much took me out of rallying. I volunteered for a couple more years after that, and eventually I walked away from the sport completely. Why did I do that? Well, it wasn't necessarily because I was out of work for 2-3 months after that major crash in the mountains outside of Calgary, Alberta. in 1999. It was because I wasn't willing to take the risk. That's what life is. Sometimes you have to weigh the pros and cons and ask yourself, is the risk worth it? And after discussing it with my family and then also my doctor, it was decided no, it wasn't worth the risk for me anymore, because one major crash like that again, and I could be easily paralyzed. The accident was so severe that when we hit that tree, some friends of my brother-in-law's that are into calculating force and stuff said that we literally hit that tree. He'd have to have more factors than the numbers, anywhere from 30 to 50 G. And literally, we're lucky that we're alive, either him or I. I literally pushed my leg right through the floorboards of the car when we hit, stretched my 5-point racing harness about 2.5 inches. And before they had, I forget it's called the HUD device for keeping your helmet locked in place, my head snapped forward so fast that I literally suffered severe whiplash. And again, 2 to 3 months out of work, it could have gone the opposite way. We could have done very well. We could end up finishing and placing third, overall in the whole series for that year. But circumstances were different. We hit a tree, and I never rallied again after that. Like I said, I helped out for a couple more years, have great memories, have a box of trophies. We did fairly well, my brother-in-law and I. We raced in an RX-7, 13B engine, had lots of blasts, lots of fun. I figured we would probably rally together and go on a national basis, because I did have my national rally license, because you actually have to have a rally license. You have to get physicals done in order to rally. But wasn't in the cards. Life pivoted and went other ways, but it was a great experience, and I don't regret it. I have zero regrets. So I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Manti Barlow, fellow RTI member, was the one that asked me to talk a little bit more about my rallying. And, there's lots of details over that 12-year period that, I could talk about. But bottom line, it is over. It was a time in life where I have lots of great memories. There were some tough memories in there too. But overall, it was an amazing experience. One of the most thrilling things I've ever done in my life. You're driving by the seat of your pants. You have to have complete trust in your partner, the driver. The driver has complete trust in you. And you basically are driving, sideways around curves and roads where you could literally go off of the side of a cliff down, 10 stories or even farther to your death. And I'm not telling you that to make you scared of if you're interested in doing that. I'm telling you that in life, when you want to do stuff, there's risk and there's reward, right? I had lots of reward in that industry of that passion of rallying, but there was risk as well. And the risk hit me in the fall of 99 and took me out for a couple months and literally took me out of the sport as well. But thank goodness I wasn't so risk adverse that I didn't try it out. So the memories I have will be with me forever. I'll always appreciate my brother-in-law, Dave, for introducing me to rallying and the thrill of it. And for those of you that race, you know what the thrill of racing is. Try doing 80 to 100 miles an hour going around curves where you literally have no guardrail. They're goat trails. You're up in the mountain and you literally could die. And, one last note, I have had a couple friends that have died rallying. It is a very dangerous sport, but you can die at anything. You could die in your own vehicle out on the road. You could die walking across the street and get struck by a car. There's so many ways that life can take you out. What I'm going to tell you though, is if you have a passion and desire for anything in life, it takes some risk. You have to take some risk on. And don't be afraid to take that risk on, right? Just move forward in life, enjoy life, and carpe diem. Seize the day, realize that there's so much opportunity in life, but if you sit back and you never take risks to do anything, you'll never accomplish anything. You'll never have the memories that you deserve to have, right, for the rest of your life, so that you can tell stories to other people about some of the things that you've done and accomplished. Like stories like me getting put in and pulled up aside in one of those little strap-on devices like you see on TV where they pull people up and get stuck in an ambulance and get taken into the hospital. That happened. It was a reality. Was it scary? I was scared as shit, absolutely. I was in major pain. I had just punched my leg through the floorboard of the car, hit a tree for going like, 60, 70 miles an hour, hit that tree and we're zero. It was basically like that, just kaboom. We were stopped. And head snapped forward, foot through the floor, harnesses stretched. Was I scared? Absolutely. Because I blacked out for a few seconds. When I came to, it didn't hit me right away. But by the time the rescue workers got down to where our car was off the road on the side of that mountain, I was literally in so much pain I could barely function. Will I have that memory the rest of my life? Absolutely, I'll have that memory the rest of my life. But it's not going to supersede all the great memories I had, all the great people I met in the rally community, people from the US and Canada. We'd rally together. People would come up from the US and rally in our rallies, and we had a blast together. And, memories, sometimes you have to take on some risk. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I certainly could do more in regards to some of the detailed rallies I went to and some of the experiences. If people are interested, DM me, drop me a comment below. I hope you've had a fantastic day. I look forward to talking tomorrow. God bless you all. Stay safe and peace out.